Akira Toriyama, popular and famous manga artist and character designer. Akira Toriyama was born on April 5, 1955, in Nagoya, Aichi Prefecture. He is the son of Kurazu and Tombai Toriyama, and he has an older sister named Yuzura. He spent his childhood and much of his life in the countryside, far from the city. Akira was very shy and quiet, so that no one ever imagined that one day he will become one of the most famous great manga artists in the world. Toriyama drew pictures since a young age, mainly of the animals and vehicles that he was fond of. He related being blown away after seeing 101 Dalmatians 1961 and said he was drawn deeper into the world of illustration by hoping to draw pictures that good. He was shocked again in elementary school when he saw the manga collection of a classmate's older brother, and again when he saw a television set for the first time at a neighbor's house. He cited Osamu Tezuka's Astro Boy as the original source for his interest in manga. At Akira's school, there was a manga club that he was a member of. Before that time, he did not have accurate and correct information about how to draw manga. Toriyama recalls that when he was in elementary school, all of his classmates would draw by imitating the anime and manga that were available due to the lack of variety in entertainment. He was active there as the president of a manga club. Toriyama believed that he began to advance above everyone else when he started drawing pictures of his friends. Despite being engrossed with manga in elementary school, Toriyama said he took a break from it in middle school, probably because he became more interested in films and TV shows. Although he still did not read much manga, he would draw one himself every once in a while. Despite his parents' strong opposition, Toriyama was confident about going into the workforce upon graduation instead of continuing his education. Akira worked at an advertising agency in Nagoya designing posters for 3 years. Although Toriyama said he adapted to the job quickly, he admitted that he was often late because he was not a morning person and got reprimanded for dressing casually. Resenting the routine, he became sick of the environment and quit. Akira had no more money and had to look for work. After quitting his job at the age of 23 and asking his mother for money, Toriyama entered the manga industry by submitting a work to an amateur contest in Kodansha's weekly shonen magazine, which he had randomly picked up in a coffee shop. The timing did not line up for that contest, but another manga magazine, Weekly Shonen Jump, accepted submissions for their newcomer award every month. Kazuhiko Torishima, who would become his editor, read and enjoyed Toriyama's manga, but it was not eligible to compete because it was a parody of Star Wars instead of an original work. Torishima sent the artist a telegram and encouraged him to keep drawing and sending him manga. This resulted in Wonder Island, which became Toriyama's first published work when it appeared in Weekly Shonen Jump in 1978. It finished last place in the reader's survey. During this period, he continued to have financial problems and could not afford to hire an assistant to help with the design. That's why he got help from his family, and since they were not professionals, sometimes they made mistakes, and the result was not very good. In fact, Akira Toriyama was initially in it for the money. Toriyama later said that he had planned to quit manga after getting paid, but because Wonder Island 2 1978 was also a flop, his stubbornness would not let him, and he continued to draw failed stories for a year, claiming around 500 pages worth, including the published today's Highlight Island 1979. He said he learned a lot during this year, and even had some fun. He was influenced by Osamu Tezuka in drawing and Toyo Ashida in coloring. Toriyama stated he was influenced by animator Toyo Ashida and the anime television series adaptation of his own Dragon Ball, from which he learned that separating colors instead of blending them makes the art cleaner and coloring illustrations easier. When Torishima told him to draw a female lead character, Toriyama hesitantly created 1979's Tomato the Cutesy Gumshoe, which had some success. Feeling encouraged, he decided to draw another female lead and created Dr. Slump. And this was the beginning of his success. Toriyama's most famous creation is the Dragon Ball series, the manga he began in 1984. It was inspired by the classic Chinese epic, Journey to the West, but adapted with humor and a focus on martial arts. The animated TV show, Dragon Ball Z, made his work a global success. This popular work focuses on the story of a monkey-tailed boy named Son Goku who embarks on various adventures in search of the 7 magic balls while defeating the villains that stand in his way. Son Goku, the main protagonist of Dragon Ball, was inspired by the Chinese folktale character, Sun Wukong. Toriyama adapted this legendary character and gave him his own unique twist, creating one of the most beloved anime characters of all time. It is interesting to know that he was a fan of Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, and in designing the character of Son Goku, he was inspired by many of their acts and their combat moves. And later, a deep friendship developed between Toriyama and Jackie Chan. Dragon Ball is by far Toriyama's most famous work, but it wasn't the first of its kind. Dragon Ball had multiple early prototypes that tested out the concepts and character designs that would later become iconic in Dragon Ball. Piccolo is Akira Toriyama's favorite Dragon Ball character. Besides manga, Toriyama is also passionate about automobiles. He is an avid car collector and has incorporated his love for cars into his works, often featuring them in his manga and designing futuristic vehicles for his characters. Toriyama was a big fan of video games, and this influenced elements of Dragon Ball. Akira Toriyama is known for incorporating his love for food into his manga. From the endless meals enjoyed by Goku to the delightful dishes featured in Dr. Slump, Toriyama's passion for culinary delights shines through in his works. A lifelong animal lover, Toriyama has kept a variety of pets, from dogs and cats to birds, fish, and even lizards. Some of these pets served as inspiration for characters, like Karen the Witch based on his S-Beach-Ynex cat, and the God of Destruction Beerus based on his Maine Coon cat. Toriyama was known to be very shy and private. He rarely gave interviews or made public appearances, preferring to let his work speak for itself. Despite his success, Toriyama maintained genuine respect for other manga artists and had an extensive collection of autographs from renowned figures in the industry. Toriyama is known for his distinctive art style, characterized by simple and clean lines, vibrant colors, and expressive character designs. His art style has influenced countless artists and has become synonymous with the Dragon Ball franchise. Dragon Ball has played a part in bridging the gap between Eastern and Western comic book cultures. Its popularity has helped introduce new audiences to the world of manga and anime and fostered a greater appreciation for both art forms. Due to the good and satisfactory results of the previous works, Toriyama designed the characters of the Dragon Quest video game from 1986, which is definitely one of the most successful, popular, and influential game series of all time. The influence of Dragon Ball on the Western cinema and game industry is undeniable. For example, when Miyamoto was creating Mario, he was inspired by Akira Toriyama's work Dr. Slump, looking at the way the characters moved to inform his own work. In 2019, Toriyama was made a French Knight of the Order of Arts and Letters and was announced as a 2024 winner of Tokyo Anime Award Festival's Lifetime Achievement Honor along with Dragon Ball voice actor Toshio Furukawa. Akira Toriyama's unique storytelling and artistic style have had a profound influence on aspiring manga artists and animators. Many creators cite him as an inspiration, and his legacy lives on through the works of those he has inspired.
드래곤 보드